We are live. Ashley Lloyd Shaw, we are fucking live.
Giggity.
And sure you're aware that this episode has been brought to you by the Univizzle. Oh, I just got a thing tell me that the episode is now live. So it gives me a notification on that.
Oh, okay, cool.
Okay, yeah, well, anyway. Brought to you by the Univizzle. The Univizzle. And
So we've just been having a little bit of an interlude.
yeah, that was, I don't know, shizzle.
Thank you, that did help to be able to just vent that out.
Mm. Wow.
Where do you want to go now?
I guess I want to talk about unhappiness, man. Not like on a downer one, like, oh, unhappiness, like, and just start talking shit like, you know, the world's against me type thing, but just like realizing the things that make me unhappy in my relationship. And in my relationship, I'm realizing that it's a lot to do with how I relate to myself as well. So there's nothing different that I'm doing in my relationship than the way I'm dealing with my relationships, the same way I deal with myself, like the way I feel about myself and stuff.
Wow.
The relationship I have with myself. So
that's really profound what you just said there.
Yeah.
Your relationship is how you deal with your relationship is how you relate with yourself.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think there's things that happen in the relationship where, like, I think the thing that makes me unhappy the most,
yeah,
as a whole. So now I'm in a relationship. Obviously, that's my life, right? So at the moment, that's what my life is. But even when I wasn't in a relationship, this is the same thing that was a thing that was a downer for me, is time. But when I say time, I mean the measurement. So like A to B, like that type of, like, me giving myself an A to B, and then when I don't get to B the way I wanted to, being unhappy about that, like it's the end of the world. But there is really no, I mean, B is definite. I think if you think about it, like A is you're born, B is death. You know, but I have it like there's A, B, and then when B doesn't happen, I get upset because I fix myself a deadline. Not even a deadline. Like, in a way, I think I should set myself deadlines. But it's the way I deal with the deadline. So, for example, like, you wake up, you're ready to get ready for whatever you're going to do for the day, and then you're running behind schedule. Now, whether I'm single or I'm in a relationship, that affects me. So if I know I'm running late for something, I get annoyed with myself. But when you're in a relationship, you feel like there's two people that are accountable for that lateness. And today, I felt the impact of what it's like for my partner in those moments when the roles have been reversed. So, for example, there's many times where I've been a very, very, like, how can I put this? I've not realized how slow I am, basically. So, like, I might be like, oh yeah, I've got plenty of time. And like my concept, oh yeah, plenty of time. But then we could be on our way to somewhere and it's clearly we're not going to make it anymore. And in that journey of going to the place and when we've left, I make myself wrong. So that could be 30 minutes, that could be an hour of just making myself wrong, because what I see at the other side is the worst case scenario. So how it affects the relationship with myself and with my partner is that I'm not only angry with myself, there's a little bit part of me that's just like, who takes charge of this time management if you're both not very good with time management? And it's like, as much as I would try my very best to make things work in terms of time, there is that we're both responsible for that, and you can't stop the other person from being the way that they are. It's like if Sylvia has a concept of time, where it's like, we're going to be late, Mike, let's go in the shower now, and she says all that, and I'm like, yeah, cool, we've got time. And then we actually don't have time in the end, and I'm fighting around doing something that I think's relevant and it isn't, and then we're running late. That impact is very strong for me. It makes me very anxious on the side when I'm trying to be on time, and when I'm the person who has stopped us being on time, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So like, it makes me very unhappy. It makes my experience very low. Like, I feel very like sensitive about it. And I think to myself, like, why? Because all those moments that I felt really low about that is gone. And after a week, it doesn't even matter anymore. Like, you know that moment where you might be late for work and you're on your way to work thinking, how did I do it? How did I make myself freaking late, man? I could have woke up on time. I was up all this time and I'm still late. But that's happened many times in my life.
Can you say that last bit again?
No, I'm just saying that that's happened many times in my life where I've felt annoyed with my decision making around time. And it's like the key thing for me right now is, okay, I'm very clear that that's the thing that's really giving me a downer in my experience. How can I deal with that? Yeah, wake up an hour extra earlier, do this, do that. But there's always a way eventually where it still doesn't work out. So I still make myself wrong. Now, in terms of the relationship now, how this I want this to make a difference is that I want to take the lead in, right, if we wake up this time and we get in the shower at this time, then we're going to be, we're going to be leaving the shower around this time. We get ready, we give ourselves about this much time to have our coffee, and then but it's like, now that's what it's going to take now. But it's going to take me doing that though. Like, it's really going to have to be that if we're both in the bed here and we both don't want to get out of bed, the time that we know is going to make us early for something, I'm going to have to be the one that gets out of that bed, regardless. Like, I'm going to have to take the lead in it. Like, I'm going to have to take the lead. And that's how I feel. Like, I feel like it's not, like, I want to be the gardener now, innit? Like, that's how I feel. Like, I just feel like I have to do it. Like, whether I want to do it or not, I have to do it because the experiences can be better for both of us. Especially even if she might see it lightly. Like, oh, well, we're late, it's not too bad, I guess. Like, it's not the end of the world. In my experience, it is. And not only do I need to control how I deal with that, but also how I deal with making sure that that experience doesn't come up. Like, for example, we're going to Granada tomorrow. And we're going very early in the morning.
Okay.
Yeah, ready. We're going to Granada, man. Yeah, so for me, it's just like, right, got the flight at 7. Typically, my experience, my way of going for flights in my, experience of me, my relationship with myself, is that I leave things last minute because I've got no one else to be responsible for me. It's like, Mike, make sure that we wake up this time and da. So my thing will be wake up, give myself 5 minutes to have the shower, jump out, the bag's half ready, and then I do the other half, and then I rush to the airplane. Now, there's someone that's going to be coming with me now, and it's like, I need to make sure that doesn't rub off on both of us and have us have that experience of rushing to the airport tomorrow. So like, now in my head, I'm just extra like, okay, time. How am I going to have a great experience tomorrow on the way to the airport? Because I'm going to have to take the lead. If we're tired and we don't want to wake up, and I look at the time and I know that if I wake up this time, that our experience is not going to be bad on the way, I'm going to have to take the lead and get up that and jump in the shower, man. Like, it's as simple as that. And I'm going to have to even say, oh, babes, like, we better hurry up. We've got to be leaving in 5 minutes now. I'm going to have to do that because Sylvia does that to me, innit? Like, she'll do that to me, and I get sensitive about that. but I can't do it myself. She checks me. She checks me. I can't check her. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, I just feel like I can't do it. So, like, I just think there's a way that I feel about time that's making me feel very unhappy. Like the project things, just getting to a place from here to there and running late or rushing to work, or any scenario where I have to be from one place to another. My experience is always rushed, and it makes me unhappy, man. And I just feel like I want us to both be a team and work through that. And I've spoken to her about it, that I want to work as a team through this.
Yeah.
I really want to feel more powerful in this situation, because I'm the type to say things are fine when they're not, man. I think, okay, yeah, it's cool. It's not cool. Like, I hate the fact that I've let that happen. And
just to put that bit out there, I don't know if that can help. When you do, when it's not, you're asked like, everything all right? And yeah, it's fine. But it's really not. Did you ever realize you're lying then?
Yeah. And I make myself wrong for that as well. So, like, I'm not only making myself wrong for the fact that this situation is happening, and in my head's going 100 miles an hour. Like, it's going, what's happening over on the other side now because I'm late? What impact have I made on the other side now? I don't know. So I'm thinking the worst case scenario, of course, is happening. No, it's not happened yet. When I get there, I'll know what's going to happen. But it's the unknown in that journey that makes me lose so much power, makes me anxious, it makes me like really unhappy, man. And I say in those moments, it's like, is everything okay? I feel like by saying I'm not okay, that is going to make the experience even worse. So I say I'm okay. I keep it to myself because it's my thing, right? But I don't know what it's going to be like if I do say, well, yo, yeah, this is what it is. I feel like this now. My head's thinking this. My head's thinking that. I wish I wasn't in this situation. And it's like, do I want to do that, or do I want to just? No, I think it's cool. I'm sure I think it'll be fine. It's going to blow over in a moment. It's just a thing that I'm dealing with at the moment, which is irrelevant, but I'm making it relevant. It's just trying to be more blunt when things are really there for me. And make it clear that it's not a personal thing either. It's not like, oh, yeah, I've got a personal attack on you. Because more so, I don't think it's ever going to be a personal attack on anyone in situations like that. It's always my thing. It's always going to be my thing. Because it's how I dealt with it. It's how I reacted to it. It's not anything to do with the other person. The other person did what they did. Like, and the way I reacted is like, I could choose how I react to it. But time is just really, yeah. I just find it's the measurement, because time is fine, yeah.
Yeah.
Because next week's gonna come, the week after's gonna come, the week after's gonna come, the rest of the year's gonna be coming, and like, we're either gonna be dead or we're gonna be alive, innit? Like, but if we're alive, we gotta do what we can with that time. But it doesn't matter how the time is spent, really, because there's loads of time left. But I just feel like I'm so particular about how the time is used. I want to have more power over it, especially over projects. And the thing is, my projects now, if I'm honest with you, mean more to me now because I'm in a relationship. Whereas before, it was like, if it don't work out, didn't do it this week, it's all right. No, don't worry. Like, no one else responsible for the impact of this apart from myself. Like, but the impact's going to be on my relationship as well.
Yeah.
If I don't meet deadlines, if I don't really look at what I really want to do as a whole, the next 5 years, where do I want to be? Do I still want to be making 800 a month? Like, do I really want to be in that position? Like, And that for me is like the measurement. It's the measurement. It's really there for me at the moment. Measuring a year from now, 5 years from now, a week from now, a month from now, like, and I'm really feeling that if I go through this week, so for this week I'm going to Granada, so fair enough. Let's just say that this week's going to be break time, yeah?
Yeah.
But from next week, I'm no longer doing this full-time stuff that I was doing before. So now I've got 5 days in the week where I really get to create my week.
Yeah.
In the way that I've always wanted to, yeah?
Yeah.
But the way it feels now is it feels so like I feel like there's a transformation happening for me. It's like I feel so like when that week goes next week, there has to be something that from Monday to Friday makes a difference to the next Monday to Friday. And the next Monday to Friday has to make a difference to the next Monday to Friday. Like, and whereas before it was just going to the flow, see how it goes. Like, but I really feel like there's actions I need to take. Like from Monday to Friday, that has to make a difference to the week after. It has to. Like, I don't want it to feel like I'm not moving and progressing. And that's what I feel like has been happening before. It feels like things have not been progressing. And it's making me feel like, well, a year's gone. What's happened? What's actually improved? What's actually shifted? What has shifted? So now I'm just really particular about the time now. It's like, fuck, man.
So obviously, I know I can hear you. You can see that it's not actually time that's making you unhappy.
Yeah, because time's just time. Like, you know, tomorrow's gonna come. Time doesn't give a fuck about us. Like, it's gonna come. Tomorrow's gonna be here, and we're gonna be the way we're gonna be. We're gonna react how we want to react. But time's just gonna be what it's gonna be. Like Tuesday's tomorrow, and it's my concept of the measurement.
Yeah. But that's not that. I don't think that's what you just shared. That's not the thing that's really going on. Like you said about when you said about time, it's the first thing you said, which is about being unhappy. It's actually you being unhappy, not all the time, but I'm saying in the moments that some of the moments you just shared, your state of being unhappy, that is actually giving your experience in terms of how you relate to time, how you relate to whatever the activity is that you're doing.
I spread it over to all of the
whatever's happening in that moment. And you're kind of in this cycle of like using time when it looks a particular way to you to go into that unhappy place. And like, so I heard what you said about like the Monday to Friday, and like, you know, it's got to mean something for the week after. And obviously, you want to experience progression. And then you said like about like in a year's time, 3 years time, 5 years time, and obviously there's loads of things that you would like to do in the time that you have. And you may have like what might be happening is you've got so much that you want to do, but it's overwhelming you because you're thinking you don't have enough time. Because if you looked at it as, let's say you did look at it over just a year, for example, you're not going to do all the things that you want to do in your life in that year. Not because it's not possible, just because it's not necessary. Do all the things that you want to do in your life. But there's going to be the most important things that you want to do, the most priority in terms of projects and kind of experiences and kind of things you want to do with Sylvia, etc. And in that space of a year, there's plenty of time. But maybe what's happening is like each week, when you're looking at the day, like how much can you cram in? Versus like, oh, I'm just going to just do these 3 things, for example, today. And that's it. Yeah, just doing these 3 things and that's it. I just got distracted there.
Not them ones. I get them all the time.
But so what I want to say was like, instead of like thinking at first how, like, all the things you want to do between Monday to Friday, or all the things you want to do over the year, the next year or 5 years, instead of thinking about the things you want to do, maybe think about the state / states of being you want to experience. No, not even forget about whilst doing it, like not the thing that I'm doing.
But just the way that just more focus on the way I want to be every day.
Yeah, how you'd want to feel.
Yeah, because it doesn't matter if I have, like, you're right, because I could write a big board of everything that I want to do this year. But unless I feel inspired to do those things, or unless I feel, no, not to do them, sorry, because we still talk about the doing. It doesn't matter if I write a list. 1, do this at this time. 2, and I've got the whole year planned out. Doesn't matter how much I prepare that. Like, how am I going to feel when I do it? I've done this. I said it again. How can you say what you just said there without speaking about the doing of it? Because I always mention about the doing.
So I just how like, for example, let's just take today. How do you want to feel for the rest of the day? How would you like to feel?
I just want to feel calm, man. I just want to feel.
Let's just take that for a second then, yeah? Calm.
Yeah.
And let's say, like, when you come back from your holiday, because when you're on holiday, you're going to have things that are going to be easy to give you the reason to feel calm. And that's good. It's good to have things that make it easy for you. Though, you also want to have ways that you can generate for yourself when you don't have those things that make it easy. Because then you go in like, happy, unhappy, or positive, negative. And that will happen sometimes still anyway. I'm not saying that you'll always feel calm. But what I'm saying is, if your priority is how you want to feel first, state of being. So when you come back next week, whenever it is you're going to start, you're going to have that period of time that you said. All right, this week, I know my intention, or however you say it, is like calm. Feel calm, to be calm, to experience calm, whatever it is. And maybe you say it like that, or maybe you think of some kind of mantra or some kind of affirmation or something that inspires that feeling. Like, whether it's like the universe is always helping me, or contrast always serves, or whatever it is. But that's your priority. So then you're like, okay, calm. And you just stay with that for a bit. Like the next year of my life, I just want to live calmly. And maybe some other things, but calmly. Bam. Okay. So, calm. And then, what are the priority things that I want to do? Like, what are the top 3 things I want to do this week? Creatively. What are the top 3 things I want to do in that area-wise? What are the top 3 things that I'd like to do with Sylvia this week? Or for Sylvia, for example. All right, this, that. Right, I'm going to pick that, I'm going to pick that, I'm going to pick that. All right. Space here, space here, space here, space here. now I'm starting to think back too much about it though, because like I've got to do that and I want to do this as well. And how am I going to have enough time? Okay, wait a second. The most important thing is that I feel calm. Calm. Okay. So I can feel calm when I do these things. Or in fact, actually, I could maybe use these things to make me feel calm. And that means maybe I could even use time to make me feel calm. So crap, I didn't get up on the time that I was meant to get up at. And now I or we are running late. Get yourself up a bit, make yourself run. Wait, okay. I can either keep using this moment, these moments, to make me feel unhappy, or I can just use it to make me feel calm.
And in that moment, I was trying to be calm. Maybe I was trying too hard, but there was not point emphasis on what happened and how the impact was on me. It's like I wanted to stay calm. Yeah, I'm cool. But it's like there was a part of me that felt like I was lying. But it was me just trying to be calm, so to speak. So one thing I like what you said there is about the priority thing, because my friend said that priority is like such a key word right now. I think just priorities just need the focus needs to be on the priorities, and anything else that's outside of the priorities, until the priorities have been, dealt with in the best way possible. Don't look at other things.
Yeah.
That's what I want to get myself into, is like, if I have 3 main priorities for the day, I don't want to be, it's not that I don't want to be, but I think it's just best to knock them out at the beginning of the day. Deal with them in the best way possible. But priority is a very big one for me, I'd say. It's a very important word. For the last 2 months I've been working at my job full time. Not gonna lie, it's not like they actually physically killing me, like, because it's the way I can relate to work in those moments that can make a difference. But the way I've been relating to the last 2 months has been very uninspired. Very, what have I done so far? Okay, well, I've done actually book cover. That's all I've done in the last 2 months. That's literally how I feel. I feel like, okay, great. That's all I've done. And like, as much as me that have an emphasis on, okay, creatively, that's all I've done. Okay, cool. But guess what? What you've actually done is created more income for yourself, of course. So you've been working, contributing to the company. There's loads of things that I've been doing that's been making a difference in 2 months. At the same time, in my head, it's like, well, what did I do on my projects? Nothing. How do I feel about that? Useless. But it doesn't matter whether I've done the projects in the last 2 months or not. Because I still got another however many years, God forbid, God willing, to do these things I want to do. Yeah, it's just the relating to things differently, man. Relating to time differently.
Hello?
Yeah, so.
Okay.
This relationship, partnership thing, I'm just starting to think like, well, let's just face it, yeah. It just is what it is. I can call it a partnership, I can call it a relationship, doesn't matter. It just is what it is, isn't it? Like, what I'm getting is just, the fact is, you just have to work as a team. You've got to be clear on what your intentions are with a person. Doesn't matter what you label it. Partnership, relationship, girlfriend, wife, husband, whatever you're gonna label it, doesn't matter. Like, what is your intention together? Like, what is the intention?
Yeah.
But like, I'm starting to feel like my intentions are more just to do with how can we collaborate in the best way possible in this life? And how can I collaborate with the person and not give a fuck what anyone thinks outside of it? Like, because they don't know what it is. It's like, you know, when, for example, you have a book you're reading.
Mm.
Oh, this looks like a shit book. It looks like one of those books that, you know, those typical books where, you know, like, and then someone has their opinion on that, and you think, oh, have you read the book yet? Like, no. Like, you got like ham on this book, and you've never read it yet. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
It's the same with the relationships and the outside world. I just feel like there needs to be I know about the book, and I know how, you know, how it ends. I know, you know, that I like the book, and I understand the book, and that's enough. Don't react to that. And like, the reason why I'm bringing that up is because the outside world does have a lot of influence sometimes on, like when you shared what you shared before, the outside world sometimes has an impact in relationship.
Well, it's like if you let it.
Because the label, like, the reason I bring that up is because the label, like, typically the label's really just to show off, or whatever your intention is around the label, the majority of the time it is really just to please someone else, whether it be the person that you're saying it to or the outside world. And like, what does it matter if I label it or not, really? What does it really matter if I do label it or not? Like, this is the person I'm spending time with. Don't need to fucking broadcast the whole shit. But at the same time, it's like, there is that sense of, okay, it's been put down now, so that's going to come up in every other word of my conversations now. Like,
What's going on?
I don't know, man. I just feel like things are shifting in my head right now. It's just like,
There's a what in your head?
everything just feels kind of like, everything just feels black and white for me now. Like, just feels like, most of my actions, I just feel like most of my actions have not been my actions that I really wanted to do. It's been influenced by someone else.
Mm.
And it's been like, it's the action was considering someone else when I did it. Not yet, I officially want to do this action. Why? Because I really believe in this action. Like, it's really like, as a whole, doing the Grindkid project, yeah, like, you know, there's an element of it like being that I just enjoy drawing. There's another element of it, it's just like wanting to please others as well, like, and just knowing that that was the case, like, and like for example, Ash,
Yeah.
you write your book, you publish it, you spread to millions of people. One person likes the post, one person buys the book.
Yeah.
As much as we can say, yeah, like, I did it for myself, doesn't matter if anyone buys it, doesn't matter, I did it for myself, putting it out there. The fact is, there's people that we want to touch with the things that we do.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why the majority of the time we do it. Like, and like, I've just realized that I've been doing this so much now that it's just like, I'm feeling like, what's the point? Like, now everything's just black and white for me now. It's just like, why did I do those things? Why do I navigate more to that because I want that? Why do I post that status update? Why do I change that profile picture? Why do I do the selfie thing? Why do I do, like, just looking around, it's just like, it's just all fucking just, it just all looks pathetic. The clubs, like, just everything just seems like that I did. I'm just going to go from, what I'm going to say is, I'm not going to say from what other people.
Can I pause you for a second?
Yeah.
So we make this part 1, and we do a part 2.
Okay, let's do that.
Yeah, and we continue part 2.
So what we just said, what I was going to say, continuing in part 2.
Yeah, we just continue now still, but we just stop this one. So it can be a part 1.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right. Damn, I'm going to do the new stream.
Huh? Oh, so you got to send a new thing and everything.
Hmm?
I mean, you got to send a new link.
Yeah, I'm going to send you a new invitation in.
All right, okay.
Cool, part 1.
All right.
Shizzle.
Good.
Lady.